Good afternoon, my name's Tom. Forgive the lighting. It's just I'm outside in my car and playing with the sun. It's kind of hard. Today's video is back to hurricane prep. In this case, it's going to be sources of information. Now, in the gadgets I provided, I suggested a weather band radio. Well, the nice thing about weather band is the only thing they care about is weather. They're not trying to insert any sort of narrative to sell some sort of an agenda or make money or get advertising revenue. They don't care about that. And that's why it's a more reliable source of information. Unless you believe it's part of some super secret big government information operation to control you. Then I can't help you. And the importance of picking a quality source of information became apparent about 7 years ago when a Category 5 hurricane hit the Gulf Coast of Florida. It was a direct hit on Naples, Florida. Category 5 hurricane. And this kind of turns into a Joey Bag of Donuts story. And we'll just go with this really short, sweet, and to the point. Joey Bag of Donuts and his wife Jenny Bag of Donuts are retired. They live in Naples. They have 3 sons. One actually moved down to Florida and followed them when they retired. They had been listening to Rush Limbaugh since the 1980s. That's who they put their faith in. And he was on the radio telling people to ignore the evacuation orders. It's a conspiracy and a hoax. And the conspiracy was between the bottled water industry and it was green energy initiatives, climate scientists. Basically, the most bizarre conspiracy theory ever to try to trick you into buying bottled water. And people believed it. And Joey and Jenny chose not to evacuate. They nearly died. Their son, who followed them down, tried to convince them they should evacuate when they were being told to evacuate. One of their other sons, who had industry experience tracking storms and dealing with the cleanup and rescue and so forth afterwards, said, "Hey, this might be a big one and it might hit you. You should probably evacuate." They didn't listen. The one who stayed down with them chose to ride out the storm with them, and he nearly died. They could have all drowned, trapped inside of the second floor of a country clubhouse on a golf course. So what did Rush Limbaugh do when that storm hit? Because he lived down there. Well, he signed off, got on his private helicopter, and evacuated. He made posts on social media saying he was going into hiding, he was evacuating to an undisclosed location like it was some secret agent stuff, and sold it off as though people were coming after him. He didn't specifically say it, he just kind of suggested it. Like a man who's been sitting on his butt, talking on the radio and yelling at people for 40 years is somehow a secret agent in his 70s. It was truly a bizarre circumstance. And thankfully, Joey and Jenny survived, and their kid survived. But I want you to think about that. Sources of information are important, especially when dealing with natural disasters. Pick a quality source. Doesn't matter if they're right wing or left wing. If they're discussing politics, do not get your weather advice from them. Do not take evacuation advice from them. They are selling an agenda. Mostly because they need to keep you engaged so that their advertisers will pay them more money to run their commercials. And then when, the poop hits the fan, they'll evacuate and they'll leave you to die. Have a good day.